In the past few years, you've heard a lot of information about the importance of the social, emotional well-being of our students. And for good reason. Studies show, and we believe, that if a child does not feel physical and emotional safety at school, as well as acceptance among their peers and teachers, it is very difficult to be in a frame of mind to learn. Nearly 2 years into the pandemic, we must also recognize the importance and fragility of the social emotional health of our faculty and staff. The changes that have occurred in education during this period have been incredibly difficult. Historically, schools operate in an environment with structure, predictability, and routine. But this environment was upended by remote and hybrid learning and the swift adoption of many new technology platforms. So how do we address this? Well, I'd like to take a few minutes to share some information about what we're doing, starting with our faculty and staff. We start by acknowledging and understanding the issue and finding opportunities for them to share their feelings. For example, at the start of our recent Superintendent's Conference Day, I asked our faculty and staff to meet at the Peabody Nature Preserve in Sleepy Hollow, a beautiful spot along the Hudson where many of our classes come for lessons about nature and just to enjoy the outdoors. We made it a place for mindfulness exercises and unscheduled time with colleagues. As the group was walking along and chatting with each other, there were sweet questions about each other's families, how their children are doing, and how they were doing. Moments that allowed them to speak from the heart. At one point during the walk, someone almost slipped and her colleague behind her said, "I got you. I was ready to catch you. I'm here for you." The person who almost slipped said, "I know you do. Thank you." Clearly, this is just one example, but I wanted to highlight it because it's the kind of camaraderie that helps our faculty and staff work through these difficult times. In addition, our health and physical education chairperson, Ms. Tawn Ternessa, who recently published a book on mindfulness, is offering a free multi-part virtual class to faculty. Now I'll shift the focus to our students. There are many programs and initiatives throughout the district. I'll touch on just a few of them. We recently launched a character education and social emotional learning team to evaluate the great work happening in each school and to solidify what system we want to adopt on an ongoing basis. We also aim to create a pre-K through 12 continuum for this work and even have students play a role in leading the work. We began training our entire sophomore class on teen mental health first aid so that they can better recognize when a friend needs support or if they need help themselves and know where to find help. In fact, this follows the same training that was provided to our faculty and staff on teen mental health first aid on November 2nd. Again, we think it's so important to empower our students and normalize the discussion about mental health. The last point I'll mention today is that our clinical staff is doing regular check-ins with teachers and students, particularly those who were doing hybrid or fully remote learning over the last year and a half. So I've provided a lot of information in a short period of time, and my goal today was not to take a deep dive, but to try to give you some examples of the breadth of our work. Hopefully you better understand how seriously we are approaching mental health and social emotional well-being. Additional information about social emotional learning can be found on our district website and in our newsletters, and it's frequently a topic of conversation during our Board of Education meetings. If you have specific questions, I encourage you to reach out to your child's principal or school counselor. I also invite you to contact me directly. I can be reached via email at rgonzalez@tufsd.org. I welcome the opportunity to get to know our parents and community and discuss this important topic as well as other approaches to instruction and well-being. Thank you for your time, and I wish you and your loved ones a very happy holiday season. Be well.